What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be continuing my foundation series. I got a lot of great feedback in the first video that I uploaded where a lot of you guys were really excited about this series and looking forward to me trying out a lot of different foundations, and some of you even made recommendations. So it's always my hope when doing these videos that in that comment section you guys are going to give me more recommendations of foundations that you actually want to see me review here on this channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This here is what the packaging looks like. Very high end, of course, but simple still. I love the packaging of this. You have a nice glass frosted bottle right here, which has a good amount of product in it, and I love that you can actually see the product in it. Sometimes you get foundations where it has, too much writing on it, or to have like a cover on it where you can't really see how much foundation you have in it. As you can see, this looks pretty full because I don't use a lot of it, and I don't use it that often because it's pretty pricey, so I have to pull it out when it's a special occasion or something like that. You also have this nice shiny black top with the Giorgio Armani logo on it as well, and it has a pump. I love foundations that have pumps. You also get 1.0 fluid ounces, which is pretty common for most foundations, and I have mine in the shade 9. I have my phone right here, so I am going to read to you guys what the details and claims are for this foundation. Now, I went to the Giorgio Armani website and looked at what they had listed for it, and I didn't feel like it gave that much detail about the foundation. So I'm on the Nordstrom website. I felt like their description of it was a lot more descriptive, I guess. I don't know. So it says that this foundation is supposed to capture the glow of perfect skin with the Luminous Silk Foundation, an award-winning oil-free fluid foundation that offers all-day sheer to moderate buildable coverage and features exclusive microfill technology. It's so weightless, it redefines foundation. They say it's a hydrating fluid that glides on seamlessly with a silky texture. There are so many shades, and they have it from the fairest of skin tones with neutral undertones, that's shade 2, all the way up to shade 14, which is very deep skin with red undertones. As I said, I am 9.0, and that's classified as tan to deep skin with neutral undertones. I haven't used this foundation in a while, so I'm not sure how it's gonna show up on me, if it's gonna be a little bit too pale, because normally I gravitate towards like warmer undertones, not neutral so much, because I feel like I have more of a warmer undertone base, like a yellow tone to my skin. So we're gonna see how this goes. I've already primed my skin with the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. As usual, I'm gonna be using 2 different applicators. I'm gonna use the Beauty Blender on one side and my Morphe M439 brush on the other side, just so you can see what it looks like and things like that. So let's get started. So I'm gonna pump 1 drop on the back of my hand, and this is what the foundation looks like. It's pretty much a fluid, just like the description said, and it's definitely dripping right down. So I think I'm gonna probably have to use 2 pumps on each side because it's so fluid. So I guess we'll start on this side here, and I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Blender first. So the color doesn't seem bad. I'm trying to look at my computer at the same time. So the color looks like it is pretty much a good match. Feels really lightweight. It blends out really easily, and it's also still giving me some type of luminosity. Like, you can see that it's not setting matte. It doesn't claim to do that anyway. I don't have too many blemishes or dark spots on this side, but I do have like some up here from old acne scars, and they didn't cover up completely, but it did kind of mask them just a little bit. So I am going to go in with a little bit more on this side just to see if it builds up the coverage, because it did say, I think it was supposed to be buildable. So let's do just a little bit more. As you can see, there is a dramatic difference in the 2 sides, that I'm definitely warmer on this side. So I probably should have gone for a shade a little bit darker than the one I have, because this it looks a little bit ashy on me. But just like I said in the other review video with the Maybelline Fit Me, after I put on like my powder and things like that and bronzer, it is going to end up matching me a lot better. It just looks so drastic here on camera with the other side of my face completely clear. So we're going to go in with the other side. I'm going to do 2 pumps of this. I'm now going to go in with my M439 brush from Morphe and buff it out. And when using this brush, I like to first like pat it and distribute the product all over, and then go in with tiny like buffing strokes to blend it out more. It looks a tad bit streaky on this side with using the brush, so I do want to go back in a little bit with the Beauty Blender and just blend it out a little bit more. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be better blended with the Beauty Blender, and it does set a little bit because I find that on this side where I just finished applying it, that it looks a lot more luminous and, you know, wet, like it hasn't set how it's gonna set. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, then come back on and let you guys know how the rest of it applied and some of my other thoughts on this. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm now back and I finished the rest of my face. I also zoomed in just a little bit so you guys can get a closer view of what the foundation looks like. I did end up putting on some lashes. I wanted to keep the look really simple, not doing much with the eyes or putting a whole lot of contour and highlighting and things like that. Overall, in terms of like applying the other products to my face on top of the foundation, everything applied easy peasy. It was great. I really love the finish of this foundation so much. It did give you that nice like illuminating effect like it's supposed to do because it's luminous silk foundation, but I don't feel like it covered it up too much by me using a powder to set it. I do feel like if you have oily skin, you definitely want to use a powder to set it, but in terms of the coverage for it, I would definitely say you could get a medium coverage and even build it up a little bit more. As I said, I don't have too many blemishes on my face, but the ones that I do have, it's like one right here which is a little bit darker. And then also on my forehead, I have like some small tiny ones, and also right here. Over here, I can see that this one is just peeking through a tiny bit, so I definitely wouldn't consider this to be full coverage. I did use 2 layers of the foundation, so I feel like it's a good medium coverage, and you could even sheer it out a little bit more by just using one layer of it, and then also using your Beauty Blender just so you get that nice blended look to your face. I would definitely say that I like using the Beauty Blender a lot better than the foundation brush or my Morphe brush, because I feel like the Beauty Blender made it blend into the skin a lot better and make it have more of that natural look. I don't find that around my smile lines that I have any creasing right now, so I'm interested to know how it's going to end up looking in a few hours. So I'm going to continue with the rest of my day, and I will check back in with you guys to let you know how this foundation is holding up. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I'm going to do a quick update right here in the car while I'm waiting on my cousin to come because we're getting ready to go eat after church. I just made it home. It's now 2:50 in the afternoon. I think I forgot to tell you guys in the other clip that it was 11:15 when I finished my makeup, but it looks the exact same way that it did when I first applied it earlier this morning. It's now been about 3.5 hours, so there hasn't been any movement on it at all. It still looks amazing. It hasn't like settled into my smile lines or anything, so it looks absolutely beautiful, especially in person. Gives you like a smooth feel to your entire face, or like a film over your entire face. I'm really liking this foundation so much. So I'm gonna eat and do a whole bunch of other errands and stuff like that for the rest of the day, and I'll probably do my final check-in tonight. I'm probably not gonna do another check-in because it's been a good amount of time and nothing's happened, so I don't foresee anything else happening to the makeup or it budging anymore. It's still like a nice luminous glow to my skin, even places where I didn't really put a highlight. So far so good. So I'll check in with you guys tonight. Okay, you guys, I'm back. It's now the end of the night. It is 8:41 p.m. I've had the foundation on for about a good 9 hours or almost 9 hours right now, and this is definitely longer than I would normally wear my foundation in a given day. So as you can see, my face does look a little bit oily, a little bit shiny, but not too bad. To me, it looks super dewy, but to someone else, it might look a little bit too shiny and oily. Looking up close at my face, the foundation is definitely still there with the same amount of coverage that I had earlier today. I don't see any type of creasing, especially around my smile lines and even like in the crease of my nose and things like that. So everything looks really good. The foundation color didn't change at all. I still have my blush and highlight and everything else that I applied on top of my foundation, which is really great. I would definitely say that the sheer to medium or sheer to moderate buildable coverage, that's definitely true, because I did apply 2 coats of the foundation and it was definitely buildable. I did not feel like I had foundation on my skin at all today. However, when you look up close, it does still look like you have foundation on. And I would say if I would have only used 1 layer of the foundation, it probably would have looked more like a natural finish as opposed to, you know, people knowing that I have on foundation. It's definitely hydrating. As you can see, my face is a little bit more oily, and that's just because it's hydrating. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I would say this product is definitely good if you have dry skin, because if your skin is super dry, as the day goes on, it's going to put that moisture back into your skin from the foundation and keep it from looking really dry and like chalky and peely and things like that. This foundation is amazing. It's great. The only thing that I'm not excited about is just the price point. Other than that, I have no complaints about this foundation at all. I don't feel like the dewiness that I'm experiencing right now is too overbearing or a negative at all. If you guys have any questions about something that I may have left out within this review, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and show your girl some love. And if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family as always. And until next time, I will see all of you beauties later. Bye.